One topic that we've discussed quite at length here on the channel is the game's economy. We've dove into it before, discussed exactly what you need to do in battle to maximize your credit, earnings, and such, essentially gone through how to min-max the economy. But one topic that goes hand in hand with that is, well, this is a free-to-play game, right? You can download the game for free. You don't have to pay anything to download it. You can hop into a battle for free. You don't technically have to give Wargaming any money in order to play this game. But is that true? Can you truly exist as a free-to-play player? So that is what we are testing out in today's video. Can you exist in World of Warships as a free-to-play player in the year of our Lord 2024? So how are we going to test this? Well, I decided that we would take out a Tier 10 tech line ship. Now, why Tier 10? Because Tier 10 has one of the worst economies in game as far as the service cost and ammunition resupply cost go. Besides, of course, super ships, which super ships are designed to ensure that you lose credits. They are designed to be credit sinks. You're not supposed to be able to make credits reliably in Tier 11 in super ships, right? So we're not counting them. But Tier 10, theoretically, you should be able to make credits if this is a free-to-play game, right? So that's where we are starting out at. And if you can at least make credits here, then you definitely can in lower tiers, because as you go down in tier, the service costs and the resupply costs dramatically decrease. So if you can make it at Tier 10, you should be able to make it at the lower tiers quite easily. Now, what ship am I using? I want to pick a Tier 10 that wasn't super meta or anything that was really powerful at the moment or something that's kind of broken. So I went with the Montana, a fairly inoffensive battleship. It's one of the most battleships that ever battleshipped as a battleship, right? It's got good armor, good guns, good maneuverability, just pretty solid all around. Nothing about it is, uber powerful or anything like that. And it's one of the oldest tech line Tier 10 battleships in game, actually tied with the Yami for that. So with that being said, I went ahead and stripped all of my economic bonuses off of my Montana. Now, I do have the premium package for Montana, but what's really neat about World of Warships is that at the end of battle, it gives you a really good breakdown of your earnings and where your bonuses came from, so we can easily subtract that after the battle is done. I also only slapped anything that I already had earned on the Montana, so like I am running Halsey, but you can get him 100% for free by just playing through his campaign. And yes, he's a 21-point commander, but guess what? You can get that XP by just playing at the game, which I did. And I am just running the signal flags that I currently have already in my stockpiles by just clicking the more signal flags container in port. I burned through most of my signal flags already, besides like the secondary ones, so I have earned all these for free. I haven't bought any signal flags or anything like that. And I am running premium time as well, but again, at the end of the battle, the nice little chart that it gives you going over your earnings does of course give you the chart without premium time, so again, we'll be able to break it down at the end of battle. So with that being said, I headed out into battle with my Montana, and it's actually the game you're watching in the background right now. So what were the results of this little test? Well, the battle itself was pretty average, and I was really happy about that we got an average game, because I didn't want to go out in the Montana and get, a 5-kill, 300,000 damage Kraken game and be like, oh yeah, look, I made like 500,000 credits profit. You can easily do this. No, I wanted to get a good average match. Now, I was trying to do my best in this match either way, but I am glad that we got, again, a fairly average game. We got a kill. We ended up with, like, I think 157,000 damage, and we did, again, pretty average throughout the game. I think there was one point that I kind of derped and showed the thunder in my broadside. That didn't go out so well, but yeah. So we had a pretty average game with a couple of highlights there. I think I got a Dev Strike, and I did get Confederate, so there is that. So an average game that's, leaning a little bit toward the good side. So at the end of the match, because, again, I did have premium time and I did have the Montana's bonus package equipped, I did profit 308,260 credits after cost with the premium package and with premium time. But we're not looking at that. We want to look at the left side of this chart that's up on screen right now. So without premium time, I made 140,773 credits. but that's with the bonus package. When we remove the bonus package from our profits, we only made, for an average game, 156,000 damage game, 1 kill, Dev Strike, and Confederate, we only made 29,115 credits, which is profit, but that ain't a lot of profit. Them some thin margins, fellas. But we did make profit. And without the bonus package, but with premium time, we did still make 140,773 credits, which is a bit better. So, is this sustainable? Well, on one hand, you could say, okay, it's an average game. 156,000 damage, that's not exactly a tall order by tier 10 standards. Most tier 10 ships can easily do that. And some other things to consider. This was standard battle, so there wasn't multiple caps for me to go to. If I had some caps, I would have gotten a nice bonus to that credit earning, because caps are some of the easiest and best ways to increase your credit earnings. Capping a cap, it's the equivalent of, it's essentially 1,000 XP, which will give you a nice bump to your credit earnings. But we didn't have that opportunity because, again, it's standard battle. And with the way the battle was going, I decided to go back down south because, well, the enemy team was pushing pretty close to our cap, and I didn't want to leave. I think it was just like Azal down there by himself to try and hold off 2 or 3 ships. So I started going back down south, and I wasn't up north to cap the enemy's cap at the end of the match. We did win, but that doesn't have any effect on credit earnings. That affects your XP earnings. So, yeah. Now, besides that, too, there weren't any other opportunities to really make a ton of credits. I did get some damage on the submarine. I didn't really have any DDs to shoot at too much during the match as well. So it's, again, fairly average. Now, of course, if you are a normal human being playing this game, you're going to have games where you don't win and you don't get 150,000 damage. We all have those matches where, you know, the game just completely falls apart, your team collapses, it's incredibly one-sided, which this match was fairly one-sided-ish, not exactly a complete walkover, but we were essentially winning the entire time, but the match did go on long enough for me to, get damage in. So while we did make credits in this match, I wouldn't say it's overly sustainable playing at tier 10. Now, if you go a few tiers lower, down to like tier 7 or tier 8, I think it's a lot more sustainable being a free-to-play player. Because, I mean, look at this. We, again, didn't do anything crazy by tier 10 standards. And even without premium and without the bonus package, we still made 29,115 credits. So you go down a few tiers to like tier 7, you could easily have a decent game there and clear a lot more in terms of credits because of the reduction in your service cost. And with those reduced service costs and those mid-tier ships, you could very easily farm your mid-tier ships in order to fund your higher-tier gameplay. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, that takes time. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with World of Warships. The game isn't really pay to win, because if you look at all the best premium ships, quote-unquote, they're usually resource ships, like the Napoli. Napoli's everywhere during competitive, usually, because it's such a good ship. It's a coal ship, right? So it's more of a pay-to-save-time game. That's their thing. Look at the bonus we got just to having premium time. Without premium time, we didn't even make 30,000 credits in this Montana game. But with premium time, we made 140,000 credits with just premium time being factored in. That's not with the bonus package being factored in at all. And keep in mind, too, that I didn't have any economic bonuses equipped to the Montana whatsoever. I took the bonus package out of the equation at the end of the match. I didn't have any of those gray economic bonuses, which they do give away a decent bit of those. So if you have premium time and if you have the gray economic bonuses, which neither are really hard to obtain, they give away premium time quite a lot. So if you are playing as a free-to-play player, you're going to be playing more, which means you're going to be getting premium time more than the guy that gets one, once a week or something like that if you partake in the event. I myself haven't purchased premium time in, I think, 2 years. because doing this as a YouTuber, you know, I'm doing all the events, I'm doing the dockyards and such, I'm getting all that premium time, and I'm not part of the CC program at the moment, so I don't get anything from Wargaming for free because I'm not part of that program at the moment. So you can make it, definitely, I would say, as a free-to-play player, but you're going to have to put more time in the game. If you don't want to put more time in the game, then you are going to have to crack open the wallet in order to speed up your grind and such. So, is it possible? Yes, if you have the time, for sure. Can you play Tier 10 as a pure free-to-play player without having to do any additional grinding or anything like that? Absolutely not. I don't think it's a very sustainable method, but like, Tier 7, maybe even Tier 8, if you know what you're doing, you could probably make it happen there for sure. So guys, that is today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want me to do something like a complete, you know, zero to hero free-to-play grind, let me know. That's something I am up for. I have several alternative accounts, so we could do something like that, make that a series. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday and wonderful rest of your weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.